What?
What are you hearing?
Go Terps!
We didn't tell him.
It is! Yeah!
The most gorgeous day at the lake, and you have us doing this instead of being out.
Right there.
We're going to renew our vows.
Yes! You're renewing your
You can now
vows. So
make
we
your way
need
down
the
here so you can see better.
Maid of matron of honor and the bridesmaid. And the groomsmen.
So touched. You are just such a joy.
Can you all hear okay?
I wondered why we had to look at old pictures on our anniversary, but you
Nicely
know,
done,
yeah.
Diane.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to pay our final respects. Oh, wrong script. I'm sorry, wrong one. Hold up, hold up. Here we go. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today dressed in Hawaiian gear because Jack and Joy are traveling to Hawaii this year to celebrate what they thought was their 50th anniversary. However, we recently realized that due to a clerical error, their marriage was never official. They've actually been living in sin for the past 50 years. So now before God, before your friends, and before your 4 bastard children, we will now hear your confessions.
All right, sorry, Jill.
If anyone present today knows any reason why these two should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You gonna go ahead with this anyway?
Yes.
If it's your intention to ignore this wise counsel and to still join yourselves in wedlock, please join your right hands.
This is the right.
Now please join your left hands.
The left is this one.
Now put your left foot in. Take your left foot out. Put your left foot in and shake it all about. We will now be using the vows that Jack and Joy used 50 years ago, or at least a fair approximation of them. We base it on this book, the actual marriage service from the day of their wedding. The language in this booklet is sort of archaic and out of style and old, but that's okay because so are they. Jack, please repeat after me. I, John,
I, John,
take thee, Joy,
take thee, Joy,
to be my wedded wife.
to
Yeah,
be my
don't marry
wedded
me.
wife.
And I do promise and covenant
And I do promise and covenant
before God and these witnesses
before God and these witnesses
to be thy loving and faithful husband
thy loving and faithful husband.
in plenty and in want,
What was that part?
in plenty and in want,
Oh, yeah. In plenty and in want.
even though that last sentence sounds kind of silly,
Even though it was kind of silly.
in joy and in sorrow,
In joy and in sorrow.
sorrow like when my drives are neither straight nor long,
Sorry, like when my drives are neither straight nor long, which is all the time.
in sickness and in health,
In sickness and in health.
and even when my beloved Terps, Orioles, and Redskins stink,
Yeah. Even when my beloved Terps, Redskins, Orioles stink.
and like Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt,
And like Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt,
I too will wander in the desert for 40 years for this woman.
can I have that again?
I
I
too
too
will wander in the desert
for 40 years with this woman.
unless she keeps telling me to stop and ask for directions.
Unless she keeps telling me to stop and ask directions
For as many days as I have left.
for as many days as I have left.
And I promise to love her tenderly and without prejudice.
Ah, this is long. I promise to
Your
love
book.
her tenderly and without prejudice.
And I do here decree
And I do here decree
that I will never, never, no matter how tempting it may be, you're not going to start? I will never treat this angelic gift from God
I will never, never
treat this angelic
Treat this
gift from
angelic
God
gift from God.
like Mittens, the defenseless cat I threw out of our second story bathroom.
Like Mittens, the cat that had a little accident.
As long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
Now, Mom,
Your turn.
if you're still willing to go through with this, repeat after me. I, Joy, take thee, John,
I, Joy, take thee, John,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
and I do promise and covenant,
and I do promise and
this was
covenant
your book, before God and these witnesses,
before God and these witnesses
to be a loving and faithful wife,
to be a loving and faithful wife,
even to this complete knucklehead,
even to this complete knucklehead,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
And I promise that for as long as I am able,
And I promise that as long as I am or able,
I will not keep score in cards,
I will not keep scoring cards,
even when I am totally winning.
even when I am totally winning.
I will love you unconditionally,
I will love you unconditionally,
more or less,
more or less,
despite all those things you said about my mother.
despite all those things you said about my
I
mom.
knew I was kidding.
I nonetheless will honor you and cherish you
I will nonetheless honor you and cherish you
with all your strengths and all of your faults.
with all of your strengths and all of your faults.
And Lord, I know there are a lot of those.
And Lord, I know there are a lot of those.
I promise to love you when times are good or bad,
I promise to love you in times that are good or bad,
but if they are bad or even a little sad,
but if they are bad or even a little sad,
all I ask is that you continue to make me laugh.
all I ask is that you continue to make me laugh.
For in this world and the next,
For in this world and the next,
whether under an October sky
whether under an October sky
or in the heat of June,
or in the heat of June,
I will always be
I will always be
your Minnesota loon,
your Minnesota loon,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
John Whitdur, wilt thou have this woman to be thy wife? And wilt thou pledge thy troth to her in all honor and love, and in all duty and service, in all faith and tenderness, to live with her and cherish her, according to the ordinance of God, in the holy bond of marriage, no matter how much she spends? The groom shall answer, I will.
I will.
Joy Ellen Reese, will you have this man to be thy husband? And wilt thou pledge thy troth to him in all love and honor, in all duty and service, in all faith and tenderness, to live with him and cherish him according to the ordinance of God in the holy bond of marriage, no matter how often he leaves the seat up? You shall answer, I will.
I will.
Finally, this Bible verse is the same today as it was those many, many, many years ago when they first attempted to get married. It was true for them then, and they have lived it out ever since. From 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. And love never ends. And once more I'm going to read it with their names. Joy and Jack are patient. Joy and Jack are kind. Joy and Jack are not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. They do not insist on their own way. They are not irritable or resentful. They do not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoice in the truth. They bear all things, believe all things, hope all things, endure all things, and their love never ends.
Will the ring bearer please make her way forward? It's too late now, so put the rings on each other's fingers.
No, this. Oh yeah, it goes there.
Wrong. Switch them.
Your knuckles are getting so big. Sometimes. You can call me knucklehead.
By the power vested in me by the state of Minnesota, and on behalf of all those here today who will testify under oath to this nonsense, I'm proud to introduce you to Guppy and Della Durr. You may now kiss the bride, and if you like, we can give you the cabin to yourself for about 5 minutes.
Won't take that long.
And what I lovely dress. It's just as pretty as the one she wore 50 years ago.
You do have all 4 of your kids here.
Hi
Have they been watching?
guys. Hello. These vows were compliments of your son Andrew. If you couldn't already tell.
It sounds like him. Way to go, Andrew.
Turn it this way, Kathy.
Hi. I love.
Thanks for coming.
Hawaiian. We would now like you guys to make your way down to the pontoon boat. Guys, they go first.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a little difficult walking,
Do
but
I look beautiful too, Molly? Sorry.
I was so literal today. The glasses and the Hawaiian basket are just absolutely top of the line. Thank you.
We love it. And the glasses.
We will go to the pontoon. To the pontoon.
I love
Oh, sure you do.
I especially love the coconut shells.
Bring in your outfits. You all look so sharp in all your outfits.
You're welcome. I'm going to block down.
He's supposed to be driving the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably is getting the key. Don't get down there.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry?
But we can't all get on the boat.
No, we're not all going.
We're not getting on the boat.
Zero of us are going on the boat.
Gives me something to do.
Only Graham and I'm Sarah.
I'm dead.
And that's all.
Ah, the skirt keeps going over there.
Actually, not in Hawaii because they don't wear shorts.
This is the princess ring.
Actually, yeah, they do. Except that it's wax.
I can do
Not
it
have the dock fall into the lake like that YouTube video.
Yeah, so everybody stay off the dock, please. I'm just taping, so it's the only reason I'm out here. There you are. The driver, your chauffeur has arrived.
I show 4 and our champagne.
Jack, you want some cool shades?
Can you spare them?
Oh yeah. Be my guest.
Let me take, yes. Let me take this photo. Can you sit down, Dad, so we can get a... Oh, that's lovely, Mom. All right, ready? Let me take a picture on the boat. Oh, well, Jack, turn around. Where are you at? Where do you go? 1, 2, 3. Look up, Mom. 1, 2, 3. Oh, beautiful.
Now look at me. I gotta hold my stomach in.
You do. There we go. There we go.
Sir?
Oh, Teresa, you look sharp too. I love your outfit. All of you.
Oh, we have tubers.
Are they part of the flotilla?
I don't think so.
Look at this. Look at, did you get a picture of everybody?
Oh, Dave, do we need the key?
Oh, you've got the on the picture to hold back.
I bet you they think it is a wedding.
Oh, we're doing. Sarah wants to do a couple photos. There we go. This is for. Oh, you should sit on.
Oh, I gotta get
You
out.
should sit on the lap.
I'm gonna get out of the frame here.
This is being videotaped. Yes. Yeah. Don't fall, John. Don't fall into the water.
Yeah. That's good. You get that, Sarah?
Yep, I did.
Sure you did.
Let's see your ring. Hold hands.
They're lovely rings. Lovely rings.